Alright, let's take an updated look at the new Qconnect, and I now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pedals. No, more than that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them are connected through the 1/4 inch jacks of the Qconnect, and then the timeline is in the 5-pin. So I'm going to show I want to show one way that you can just go through presets you already have, and then I'm going to show a way of like creating a totally brand new scene, and how each of those two ways is like revolutionary with this thing. So first, let's just create a preset 10. I've scrolled to preset 10, which is blank, and I have a blank patch here on the MS3. So let's just start from scratch. So my first device, and what you want to do is you're kind of like auditioning the sounds that are already on your device. So, alright. Say that we wanted to make something that actually sounds decent. Just turn all these off. So I'm going to activate the Riverside. Say that's what I wanted there. Brothers, we're going to turn it off. Ayahuasca, we're going to turn it off. Condor, I think we can leave that on. But let's go with that one. And then say we're doing that. And then something a little more normal up here. Alright, say we want to do that. Wavelength is off for this one. And that's now been fixed. Okay, so that's recalling presets we already have. Now let's say that we wanted to make something new. Say that we wanted, let's just think of this before we even start. Say that we wanted something really dark, and we're going to use like a, well, I don't want to create a preset here. We'll just leave these presets alone, but let's say we wanted to go to our Riverside. Let me just look at my cheat sheet, make sure I'm not overwriting anything here. So we go up to preset. So what we're going to do is make it dark. Turn the middle and the treble all the way down. Alright, that's pretty dark. Let's say that's what we were after there. We're going to press and hold here. That blue light, now it's waiting for a program change, so just assign that to number 3. We're going to leave that where it is. I'm going to move on to the next pedal. Brothers. Do we need to add anything from Brothers? Let's make like a really dark fuzz. And we're going to save it to number 14. So I scroll to 13. I activate. I'm going to put it on live mode. And I'm going to enable a fuzz on this side, and we're just turn the tone all the way down. That sounds cool. Let's leave that. So we press and hold both switches on the Brothers and advance to 14. And I double check it. There it is. And we're going to move on down to the ayahuasca. Let's leave that out. Something really dark. Condor is great for this, so we're going to activate Condor. Check my preset list to see what slot we can do it on here. We can do slot 14. So I'm going to go to live mode. Alright, I'm driving too much into the Condor, so I'm going to dial back a little bit on some of this. Alright, that actually sounds pretty cool where it is. We're going to save that to 14. Double checking, saved with the drive. Now we're going on down to timeline. And let's see, dark analog. Sounds perfect. Don't really need any thermate for this. On the dark world, can we get a dark sound out of a pedal called the dark world? Yes, we can. And we're going to save it to slot 16. So let's turn the tone down. And let's do, let's add some shim and a low octave. That sounds perfect. We're going to save that to 16. I'm going to leave that on. And then I don't think I need anything out of the wavelength for this. So we're going to save this to now. We could save it to preset 11. We're just going to save it to preset 10. So now I mean, it takes a while to go through like 8 pedals, but what I'm hoping is obvious to you as the viewer when you see this is that you'll notice I didn't program anything. I wasn't like cracking into the MIDI controller and like setting PC numbers and setting MIDI channels, and like that just gets old. Sorry, I have this like raincoat on. Probably should have taken it off. It sounds like a potato chip bag, but my point is you just go quickly through the pedals, and it's like I'm kind of all about workflow these days and not losing my concentration by jumping into menus and doing all this crazy stuff. This just allows you to cycle through, and I even created brand new presets on pedals, and I didn't program anything. I mean, manually, you know. I didn't jump into menus and enter numbers or anything. Just all right there on the Qconnect. And I've got a few presets I could show real quick. This is kind of just my standard, mostly just dry. And this one is called Vintage Amp. It's kind of a notched filter, and then it's got, yeah, it's got a spring on the dark world. And then, even though some of these pedals are bypassed, what I have in waiting is some of my favorite presets, like in waiting. And I can just like kick this on, and now I've got some overdrive. color, some fuzz. And if we go on to the next one, it's called Lo-Fi Guitar. Most of the lo-fi sounds coming out of the timeline. But then I have this kind of weird, kind of ghost echoey thing going on with the therme. And I've got the modulation, the weird VCR tape thing going on the Dark World. So you can hear on the therme the, let me isolate that real quick. It's doing some kind of way in the distance pitch shifting. Just love that preset. And when you add the lo-fi and the tape, oh, and the condor is rolling some of the high off. And then this is a new one I made last night. So it's got kind of dark sounds coming out a lot of the pedals. And then it has this really crazy thing that I found on the timeline. And I can add any of these effects, and they're also in this dark sound. Can you hear that tinkly stuff coming out of the timeline? It's really cool. Anyway, video too long now.